When we look back at this campaign and the period, how will we reflect on the polls and the results we got?
Yeah, exactly, Danny. So Pennsylvania in particular, right? We saw Vice President Kamala Harris focus her entire last day before Election Day. Their former now President-elect, I have to get used to saying that, President-elect Donald Trump doing 2 stops there before Election Day. But our Bloomberg News Morning Consult polling repeatedly told us that the economy would be a motivating factor for voters. And if I can, I just want to pull from some of the exit polls that we trust, finding that 48% of those surveyed on Election Day today were concerned about the cost of gas, 51% concerned about the cost of housing. When our Bloomberg News Morning Consult poll consistently told us that former President-elect Donald Trump was polling better when it came to voter confidence on the economy compared to Kamala Harris, those were the types of statistics that we know that the Trump campaign was trying to capitalize on and might give us some insights into what ultimately propelled him, particularly in these battleground states. There's a Bloomberg analysis looking at kind of an uneven recovery when it comes to post-pandemic economies in these battleground states and how that could have played a role in how those voters were resonating the 2 different messages from the campaigns.
Tyler, there's also a demographics question here. There's been a huge divide between men and women, with men disproportionately voting for Donald Trump and women disproportionately voting for Kamala Harris. You've seen Donald Trump pick up some votes with people of color in a number of different places, particularly men. Do we have any sense, and I realize it's still early days, but do we have any sense of how that broke down in terms of turnout, in terms of any shifts for now President-elect Donald Trump?
Right. Well, Lisa, we do know that since we were expecting such a big gender divide, that the Trump campaign was really trying to target these young male voters, which actually normally turn out at lower propensities. They're less likely to vote, partly because our polling shows us that they are more weary of the institutions that they are being asked to participate in. But we really saw the Trump campaign go in all in on them. For example, going on podcasts, clinching that last-minute endorsement from Joe Rogan, sort of bids like that to try to bring them into his campaign. It does remain to be seen as we start to get these results in where those final gender divides and gaps land. But we do know that this was one area in particular that the Trump campaign was trying to harness, and it appears it helped him out.